NBA offseason rumors. Golden State Warriors eyeing $90 million Los Angeles Clippers star to push Stephen Curry and Jimmy Butler's championship aspirations. The Golden State Warriors are reportedly considering a major roster shakeup this offseason, with Jimmy Butler and Stephen Curry and even more with Jonathan Kuminga potentially on the move. According to Bleacher Report's Eric Pincus, the Warriors might deal the young forward in a sign-and-trade to acquire Norman Powell, the Los Angeles Clippers' sharpshooting guard, to bolster their championship aspirations alongside Stephen Curry. Since acquiring Jimmy Butler at the trade deadline, the Warriors have been on a tear, winning 13 of their last 14 games, including a dominant 130-104 victory over the Sacramento Kings. Kuminga, the number 7 overall pick in the 2021 NBA Draft, returned from a 31-game absence due to an ankle injury and contributed 18 points on efficient shooting. Despite his promising performance, the Warriors front office, led by General Manager Mike Dunleavy, is reportedly exploring trade options involving the 21-year-old forward. Bleacher Report's Eric Pincus highlighted the Warriors' dilemma, stating, "The most significant decision the team has to make this offseason concerns Kuminga, who is expected to be well compensated as a restricted free agent. The team can keep him depending on his price, which may raise payroll as high as the second apron. Instead, the Golden State Warriors could execute a sign-and-trade to get value in return, with a second apron hard cap." Norman Powell, a 2019 NBA champion with the Toronto Raptors, has been a revelation for the Clippers this season. The 31-year-old guard is averaging 23.8 points and 3.5 rebounds while shooting a career-high 42.4% from three-point range on 7.7 attempts per game. His ability to score efficiently and stretch the floor would make him an ideal backcourt partner for Curry, providing the Golden State Warriors with a consistent offensive threat they've lacked since Klay Thompson's prime. While trading Kuminga would be a tough decision, acquiring Norman Powell could significantly enhance Golden State's title chances. Powell's experience, scoring prowess, and three-point shooting would complement Curry, Butler, and Draymond Green, potentially extending the Warriors' championship window. The Golden State Warriors front office faces a critical decision this summer. Whether they retain Kuminga or pursue a proven veteran like Norman Powell, their choice will shape the team's future as they aim to remain contenders in the competitive Western Conference. Warriors predicted to unite Stephen Curry with $125 million star forward, deal Jonathan Kuminga to Jazz. Warriors predicted to unite Stephen Curry with $125 million star forward, deal Jonathan Kuminga to Jazz. Image NBA Entertainment. The Golden State Warriors have continued to roll since their trade deadline acquisition of ex-Miami Heat superstar Jimmy Butler, as they've amassed an incredible 14-1 record in his first 15 games with the franchise. Butler's introduction to the lineup has worked wonders for an organization looking to capitalize on the final prime years of four-time NBA champion Stephen Curry, and the reintegration of their 22-year-old rising forward Jonathan Kuminga after his 31-game injury absence is still in its early stages. If Butler and Kuminga somehow prove to lack chemistry on the court for an extended period of time, recent reports have indicated that the latter could be floated in trade discussions by the franchise's general manager Mike Dunleavy this season. In fact, it's been suggested that Golden State could ship their promising, athletic forward away via sign-and-trade to the lowly Utah Jazz in exchange for their fringe all-star and experienced scorer John Collins to assist with extending Curry's title window. The Warriors revived their season with the Jimmy Butler trade. Bleacher Report's Eric Pincus wrote Friday. The veteran wing signed an extension as part of the deal, locking in the core of Steph Curry, Draymond Green and Butler through 2026-27. The most significant decision the team has to make this offseason concerns Kuminga, who is expected to be well compensated as a restricted free agent. The team can keep him depending on his price, which may raise payroll as high as the second apron. Instead, the Warriors could execute a sign-and-trade to get value in return, with a second apron hard cap. When it's time for Kuminga to possibly re-sign with the Warriors, Pincus infers that the explosive star's new contract could be used as trade bait to land Collins, who would certainly help Curry compete for a fifth title in the present. At 27 years old, Collins is a playoff-tested and extremely versatile frontcourt force that has transformed into one of the most solid and efficient scorers in the NBA. The 6'9" forward has blossomed as a member of the Jazz, contributing 19.0 points, 8.2 rebounds, 1.0 steals and 1.0 blocks while connecting on 52.7% of his attempts from the floor and knocking down 39.9% of his chances from distance in 40 appearances for the club this season. By partnering Collins and Curry as a lethal 1-2 punch, their screening actions could be dangerous for opposing defenders thanks to Collins' unreal athleticism and their combined shooting prowess. As a wonderful rim-running lob threat, Collins' hypothetical addition would give the team another option as a smart cutter and roller towards the basket. He'd also serve as a fantastic catch-and-shoot option from the corners and drive-and-kick situat. Steve Kerr would be the 1001st person to tell you he owes much of his glorious coaching career to the organizational structure that supports him and, moreover, the talented Warriors roster he inherited nearly 11 years ago. The first 1,000 to tell you that would be those who have spent the past few seasons punching their keyboards to gripe about Golden State's incompetent head coach. In the words of Stephen Curry some 33 months ago after the Warriors closed out the Celtics in the 2022 NBA Finals in Boston, "What they gonna say now?" Already the most accomplished coach in Warriors history, Kerr on Saturday became the winningest. Golden State's strenuous 97-94 victory over the New York Knicks was his 558th win, moving him past the late legend Alvin Adels and into first place in franchise history. When asked immediately after the game about his journey to this moment in NBA history, Kerr couldn't resist a moment of sarcasm. "Well, it's amazing to do this without any talent at all," he told NBC Sports Bay Area's Korath Burke. "I had to coach up these guys who you know, and they. I mean, are you kidding me to be able to coach Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant, Andre Iguodala?" Kerr said, turning serious. "We have been blessed with such incredible rosters the entire 11 years. And more than anything, this was a reflection of organizational strength, stability and collaboration that we all share. The players, coaches, management, ownership. We have an incredible group of people, and the record is just a reflection of that. Why, Draymond believes Butler makes Warriors real ball club. Since Kerr took over as coach in May 2014, the Warriors have won 4 NBA championships, one more than the franchise achieved in its first 68 seasons. Of the 384 playoff games the Warriors have appeared in beginning in 1947, 140 of them came under Kerr. His 70.7 postseason win percentage, 99-41 record, sits atop the all-time list, ahead of such Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Famers as Red Auerbach, Phil Jackson, Pat Riley and Greg Popovich. This latest milestone, however, is about regular season accomplishments. Kerr's 558-302 record and 64.9 winning percentage rank behind Jackson and Auerbach but ahead of Riley and Popovich, and number 1 among active coaches with more than 3 seasons' experience. It's impressive stuff by any reasonable measure, and Kerr's achievement was recognized by the Adels family, who presented him with the game ball. It was a great moment. Being awarded the game ball by the Adels family was really beautiful, to sort of be honored by their presence. Kerr said. Obviously, Al Adels is Mr. Warrior forever. The record, it's kind of surreal to even think that this could happen. The feat took more than 10 seasons, some marvelous, some forgettable. After losses, Kerr often was a popular target for armchair coaches, some even urging his firing. Once a regular on Twitter, now known as X, Kerr avoided the platform. Here, in chronological order, are 5 wins under Kerr in the regular season that are particularly notable on the road to 558. March 31, 2015, at Los Angeles Clippers. Kerr's first season, Game 74, against Golden State's most detested rivals. He's hired 1 week after the Warriors dismiss Mark Jackson after losing a searing 7-game playoff series against the Clippers. The new coach is on the spot. The Warriors, who had won 9 consecutive games, trailed by as much as 17 points against a Clippers team that had won 7 in a row. Golden State comes back to outscore LA by 10 in the fourth quarter for a 110-106 victory at Staples Center. The Warriors sweep LA 4-0 in each of the next two seasons. The rivalry is dead. February 27, 2016, at Oklahoma City Thunder. The defending champion Warriors were 52-5, the Thunder 41-17. Kerr and Green have a screaming match in the locker room at halftime. Curry limps off the court in the third quarter after spraining his left ankle. He returns, to the surprise of many, later in the quarter. Iguodala, shooting 61.4% from the line that season, is fouled and awarded 2 free throws with Golden State down 2 and 0.7 seconds left. He makes both, sending the game into overtime. Curry puts the Thunder to sleep with a 32-foot three-pointer with 0.6 seconds remaining for a 121-118 victory. It's the last 3 of his 46 points in what is known as the double bang game, as described by play-by-play announcer Mike Breen. April 10, 2016, at San Antonio Spurs. The Warriors took a 71-9 record into one of the NBA's toughest environments against a mighty team. The Spurs were 39-0 at home. The Warriors needed to win game number 81 to keep alive a chance to reach a league record 73 wins. Game 82 was at Oracle Arena, where they were invincible. Golden State, however, had lost 33 consecutive games at San Antonio, the last win coming in 1997, when Kerr still was an active player with the Chicago Bulls. Curry scores 37 points, 20 in the second half, as the Warriors slip out of town with their 72nd win. 3 days later, they snag number 73 against the Memphis Grizzlies. December 25, 2017, at Oracle vs. Cleveland Cavaliers. Still sore about losing the 2016 NBA Finals to Cleveland on a late shot in Game 7 by Kyrie Irving, the Warriors seek a modest form or revenge in a national TV game on Christmas Day against LeBron James, Dwayne Wade and Kevin Love. Curry is sidelined, with Patrick McCaw starting in his place. Zaza Pachulia is out, too, with rookie Jordan Bell starting at center. How would this makeshift lineup fare against the champs? Maybe it helps to have Kevin Durant. He has 25 points, 7 rebounds and 5 blocks. Thompson scores 24. Green posts a triple-double. Final, Warriors 99, Cavs 92. April 2022. The dynastic Warriors are a thing of the past. The rebuilt Warriors are trying to close with a surge to finish among the top 4 teams in the Western Conference. They are 48-29, with 5 games remaining. Curry misses all 5G. Warriors could swap Buddy Hield for Nets' $94 million star forward this summer. Golden State Warriors guard Buddy Hield smiles during the second quarter against the Sacramento Kings at Golden. The Golden State Warriors' offensive philosophy isn't challenging to comprehend. From allowing Stephen Curry to dance on the perimeter before launching triples to camping beyond the arc in transition situations, the Dubs want to light it up from deep as often as possible. Although Buddy Hield has been a serviceable three-point shooter with the Warriors this season, he's experiencing a down year by his standards, shooting 36.7% from deep in 67 contests. Still, if Golden State believes they should find a more dependable long-range threat in free agency, they could swap Hield for a Brooklyn Nets star forward enjoying a breakout NBA campaign. Bleacher Report's Eric Pincus published an insightful article on Friday that outlined the Warriors' potential offseason plans. In the interesting piece, Pincus noted that Hield could be used as trade bait if the Warriors target Cameron Johnson this summer. The Nets likely won't be competitive anytime soon, but Johnson has wisely shifted his focus to playing his way out of Brooklyn. The North Carolina product has been a high-level sharpshooter for the Nets in year 6, averaging 18.9 points per contest on 47.8% shooting from the field and 39.9% from three-point land. Johnson, who helped the Phoenix Suns reach the NBA Finals in 2021, was a hot commodity during the trade season. The 6'8" forward was linked to several Eastern and Western Conference contenders, but a deal never came to fruition, forcing Johnson to finish the year with the unsatisfactory Nets. Fortunately for Johnson, A concerning end to Hield's rollercoaster 2024-25 campaign could compel the Warriors to consider upgrading by acquiring Brooklyn's second leading scorer in a blockbuster summer deal. There's a good chance Johnson will land on Golden State's radar in the offseason. We're good enough now where we can win some games like we've shown. Brooklyn and then Detroit, especially, those two felt really careless and loose. Last night was actually pretty good for the most part other than that stretch. So yes, with 16 games remaining and currently in 6th place in a congested Western Conference playoff race, it's imperative for Golden State to get into the lab. To study video of errant performance, even though it can be brutal to watch. It's accountability. Moody said. When you're seeing it in front of you on the screen, there's no argument about if I did it or not. You're red-handed. So, at that point you've got to take responsibility for it, and see how you can change. Kerr referenced the worst of the Warriors' collapses this season, on February 5th at Utah, the day before Butler was acquired and 3 days before his debut. The Jazz, trailing by 11, outscored the Warriors 20-6 in less than 3 minutes to steal a win. That's a team that's in the lottery and not going anywhere this year, Kerr said. The point is all 30 teams have the ability to score 20 points in 3 minutes. Everyone can shoot threes now. It's not like the old days where you can afford a couple of careless turnovers, and it may not bite you. It's going to bite you now. It didn't bite hard enough to hurt against the last 4 opponents, Brooklyn, Detroit, Portland, and Sacramento. The next few opponents have bigger teeth. Warriors star Steph Curry speaks with the media after nailing his 4,000th career three-pointer in Golden State's 130-104 win over the Sacramento Kings on Thursday at Chase Center. San Francisco. Everyone was warned that this would happen, and Curry thought it might happen soon, considering the significant mid-season roster reconstruction. But the Warriors did a commendable in the initial weeks after Jimmy Butler's February 8th arrival. The new energy lifted spirits, and their status in the standings. Now that a month has passed, the kinks are creeping into performance. They were visible again in Golden State's latest win, a 130-104 dispatching of the Sacramento Kings on Thursday night at Chase Center. The victory was as flawed as it was decisive, much a few other recent wins. The turnover issue that for years has clung to the Warriors like lint on black wool, and was under control for until the past couple weeks, is back, and it is harmful enough that they know they must address it to make a deep playoff run. Stay in the game with the latest updates on your beloved Bay Area and California sports teams. Sign up here for our all-access daily newsletter. It's something we've got to control, Moses Moody said after a light practice on Friday. Yeah, the last couple days they've been showing us our blooper reels of us turning the ball over, Kevin Looney said. We had some crazy ones, but we know we need to get better. The Warriors are 13-2 under their revamped roster, but a troublesome trend is developing with turnovers. After averaging 11.9 per game in February, they're up to 15.3 in March. They committed 70 giveaways, 17.5 per game, over the last 4, donating 86 points, 21.5 per game, to their opponents. The Kings scored 20 points off 16 Warriors turnovers, with most of the damage coming late in the second quarter and early in the third. The Warriors made 6 donations in the final 5 minutes of the first half and 3 more in the first 3 minutes of the second half. Their 23-point lead was whittled to 4 in 8 minutes. Why Draymond believes Butler makes Warriors real ball club. Carelessness and risk, too much risk, Coach Steve Kerr said. That was the main point of our offensive film session today. We had that game totally under control, up 23 in the first half, and then kind of lost our mind down the stretch, that last 2 minutes of the half. The message is, against the best teams we're not going to get away with that. It's asking a lot of any team to donate 20 points to the Knicks or the Nuggets or the Bucks and still come away with a victory. They'd almost have to play the same game of charity. And those are the next 3 teams coming, in that order, to chase. The Warriors beat the Bucks in Milwaukee on February 10th, Butler's second game, and took down the Knicks in New York on March 4th. They haven't beaten the Nuggets since March 2022, having since gone 0-7. That's why I'm hammering it home every day, Kerr said. We're due,